Idea, what else?
Information.
For example, I will ask you, what is your name? How old are you? Where do you live? What is your height and weight? What am I taking away from you or getting from you, Miss Sarchi?
Information, sir.
Information nga.
Personal
What's the similar
information
word
po.
for information?
Personal information po, sir.
4 words starts with letter D. A 4 letter starts with letter D.
Details.
No, D? 4
Details, sir.
letters?
Data, sir.
Data.
Data.
Data, it means, data kasi, pareho lang yan sila sa word information. It means, it's the description, the detail, and everything that tells about you or an object. That's information. And in the information age, alam nyo ba na itong data from you is now a mode of currency? Alam nyo ba nabibenta yan? Have you observed when you log in via Facebook or Shopee, when you entered a parang name of an object, mapapansin ninyo sa Facebook, mag-o-offer sila ng similar object in which hindi mo naman hinanap. Napansin nyo yan? Wala pa.
Yes, sir. Pansin po.
Basta just mention an object na gusto ninyong bilhin. For example, you are a watch enthusiast and then you type there Seiko watches. Later on, even though you type it via Shopee, mapansin ninyo, it will appear on your Facebook advertisement. In fact, hindi mo naman yung tinype sa Facebook, pero nag-a-appear siya doon. It's because your information is now a commodity by these huge tech companies. They are selling your information sa mga sellers din, mga retailers. Aalamin nila kung ano yung mga hilig ninyo, kung ano yung anong tawag dyan, yung type ninyo ng mga object, gadgets, uulit-ulitin nila yan ipapakita sa iyo. Paano ba to i-full screen? PDF kasi to. Madali Anyway. Now, the definition from Webster's Encyclopedia, according to this one, information is a knowledge communicated or obtained concerning a specific fact or circumstance. Or information, another meaning, these are facts provided or learned about something or someone. Kuha ninyo?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Mas maganda i-screenshot ninyo yung part na yan. Ilalabas yan sa final exam. Now, how about if we will add the word age? So, information age na. Now, information age is a period starting in the last quarter of the 20th century. And information became, as what I mentioned, effortlessly accessible through publications and through the management of information by computers and computer networks. Actually, the idea why the internet was created, it's because the Americans want to preserve all the data from their buildings. Because before, we are using, as what I've said, mga libraries. If ever, that establishment or building will be burned, what will happen? Mawawala totally ang information doon. Like what we are doing in ZCSPC or ZPPSU. We are now a university, yet our registrar is doing manual recording of all your grades. In fact, it's very, very antiquated procedure. Buyag simba ko, masunog ang registrar's office, wala na. All the graduates from previous years or decades ago, mawawala yun, matitiwa yun. Kaya sa US, during Cold War, what they did, they created an interlink or internetwork information access through electronic database. Ang internet kasi dati military, ano yan siya? Para bang anong tawag diyan, yung parang tool ng mga military para magtago ng data. For example, na-access ko siya sa building na to, I am guaranteed na sa kabilang building, ma-access ko rin the same information. Hindi siya mawawala. Because there's a threat of nuclear annihilation during that time. Masira ang New York. So, ma-access mo pa siya sa Seattle. Bombahin ang shuttle ng mga nukes kasi nandoon yung nuclear stockpile. Ma-access ko pa siya sa Chicago. Ganun ba? Yan ang kagandahan ng internet. Kasi it is spread all over the place saan may coverage. And who owns the internet? We don't know. We do not know. Actually, lahat ng nandyan, mga content creator lang. Pero walang may-ari ng internet. You cannot say Google kasi Google is just a search engine. You can go to Mozilla Firefox. You can go to Internet Explorer. Ibang company din yun. Sa Microsoft yun. Okay? Again, information age is also known as the digital age. Or, another name ng information age, we have here the new media age. Okay, take note. Now, information age is a true age based upon the interconnection of computers via telecommunications. So with this information system operating on both a real-time as needed basis. Furthermore, the primary factors driving this new age forward are convenience and user-friendliness, in which, in turn, will create user dependence. During our time, when I was in elementary, parang the computer is such a very rare piece of object. Parang 5 kami, isang computer magpapalit-palitan. Ang hirap niyang ma-access before, and our lesson is how to type or how to open Microsoft Word. Imagine ha, that is an insult to our intellect. Tuturuan kami paano mag-type, paano mag-save ng file sa Microsoft Word using floppy disk. Ganun pa yun ka antiquated before. Sa inyong time ngayon, even 3 years old, they can open mga Android phones. Even my son, alam niya paano makarating sa YouTube. At mamili doon ng kaniyang mga Coco Lemon. Ano yun? Coco Melon. Imagine ha? Now, I have here a screenshot of the history of information age. This is the timeline. 3000 BC, that's before Christ. Sumerian writing system used pictographs to represent words. And then 100 years later, that's 2900 BC, this is now the beginning of Egyptian hieroglyphic writing. Alam nyo yun, yung paano i-save ang information, nilalagay nila sa mga walls. If you will visit Egyptian tombs via internet, makita nyo, naka-draw ang nire-relay or kino-convey nila na message instead of writing it via words. So, tortoise shell and oracle bone writing were used about 1300 BC. And then, 500 BC, papyrus roll was used. A papyrus is a plant used in Egypt. And thank goodness, dumating itong mga Chinese because they were able to develop paper. Actually, papyrus and paper are two different things. So, the Chinese, gumamit sila ng small seal writing system. And then, about 100 AD, a book or parchment codex was introduced. Kaya yan yung name ng book, parchment codex. And books during this time is so expensive and only the elites, the rich, and kings can have access to sa mga books. Tapos mano-mano yan sinusulat. Isang page will take them 2 days for them to finish an entire page. Dapat pagandahan ng penmanship. Kaya they hire scribes just for them to record information. Same sa ginawa ni Aristotle, in order for him to save all his discoveries, kasi alam niya, limited lang ang kanyang buhay, Nag-hire siya ng about 200 scribes. So every words he utter, nakukonvert yun sa isang pahina. And then next scribe na naman kasi naka-lettering bawat letters. Hindi tulad natin, ang bilis natin magsulat. Sa kanila naka-lettering talaga. Meticulously. So about 1905 AD, woodblock printing and paper was invented by the Chinese. And 1455, Johann Gutenberg invented the printing press using movable metal type. If you have time, I want you to search sa Google the replica or model of the first printing press used by Johann Gutenberg. Ano siya, yung mga letters ina-arrange isa-isa talaga, din nilalagay ang paper pati ink. Ganun yun ang sistema. Tapos iniipit. Kung may time kayo, pwede nyo panoorin sa YouTube yung replica. Kasing laki ng isang kusina. And then, 1755, Samuel Johnson's Dictionary Standardized English was also introduced. So, may dictionary na by 1755. 1802, the Library of Congress was established. Okay? Actually, they did not mention here the Great Library of Alexandria in Egypt. It's a vast collection of scrolls. Doon lahat. Ang problema, sinunog ng mga Romans to punish the Egyptians. Sayang. Anyway, 1824, research on persistence of vision was published. So, nag-uumpisa nang gumawa ng research ang mga tao via saving sa mga books. And then, 1830s, the first viable design for a digital computer. And Augusta Lady Byron writes the world's first computer program. Okay? 1837, invention of telegraph in Great Britain and United States. And then 1861, motion pictures were projected onto a screen. So, nandyan na motion pictures, yan na yung mga films. And then 1876, Dewey Decimal System was introduced. Ito yung system sa library. Paano para mahanap mo mabilis yung mga gusto mo yung merong Filipiniana section, merong Dewey Decimal System, merong circulation section. Naka-divide yan. And then may mga numbers para mahanap nyo yung ginahanap nyo. Actually, library is already obsolete, sad to say. And then 1877, Edward, how do I pronounce this? Edward Maybridge, he demonstrated high-speed photography. High-speed photography, kasi dati, kapag kukuha ka ng shot, it will take you about 2 minutes bago makagawa ng isang shot. And then ang iba, hindi pa perfect. Ito naman, isang click mo lang, then that's it. And in 1899, it's the first magnetic recording was released. Nakita nyo na yung plaka? Wala pa. Yung malalaki na parang plato, yan na yan, magnetic recording yan. And in 1902, motion picture special effects were used. And 1906, Lee De Forest invented the electric amplifying tube. Yun na yung triode. And 1923, television camera tube was invented by Vorkrin. So difficult to pronounce. 1926, first practical sound movie. And 1939, the regularly scheduled television broadcasting began in the US. That's why during the 60s in the Philippines, you are considered as elite or rich if you have a television at home. Yan, ganyan ka scarce or kahirap magkaroon ng TV noon. So, during World War II, this is now the beginning of information science as discipline. And at the end of World War II, Vannevar Bush foresaw the invention of hypertext. And ito na, papasok na sa computer. 1946, ENIAC computer was developed. 1948, birth of field of information theory by Claude Shannon. Ang dami nito. 1957, planar transistor was developed by Horney. And 1958, first integrated circuit, and so on and so forth, up to the present. Okay, don't worry, this slide will be posted. Bakit ko ba binasa yung lahat? I am going to post it via YouTube in our own page. Okay? So don't worry. Ilalagay ko to doon. Now, how about information anxiety? When you say anxiety, you're anxious ba? Parang nasistress ka because of information overload. Have you tried to experience information overload? Na-try ninyo?
Yes, sir.
Napansin nyo gaano ko kabilis magbasa? You will not get a single, siguro mga 5 important detail of what I've said because of information overload. Imagine, I've read the entire history of information from 5000 BC up to the present at binilisan ko yun. Isa yun sa example ng information overload. And then, mamaya, may klase na naman kayo. And after that class, may klase na naman. Do you think you will learn something for the day? Wala. Kaya, ang tawag dyan, information anxiety. Especially when you open Google, ang daming suggestions ibibigay sa utak ninyo. To the end, wala kayong gustong tanggapin. Nakaka-stress kasi ang information. You know, our brain is only active about 45 minutes. And kung iprolong mo pa yung pagtanggap ng information, wala na, mapubore ka na, then it tends na you resist or refuse to learn. Kaya nga ang mga seminar, may break yan palagi. Hindi yan pwede sunod-sunod, mabaliw yung mga audience. Napansin nyo? Ang klase sa DepEd is only good for 1 hour because yun lang ang capacity ng attention ng brain natin to avoid information anxiety. That's why we introduce icebreakers. Ano pa ba? Recess, lunch break, maraming break. Kasi limited lang tayo. Though, ang daming pwedeng ipasok sa utak natin, pero gradual yun, hindi yun mabilisan. Okay? Bakit mga mukha na natin nandito? Sandali, may napisil ako. Ayan. Now, nakikita na, Luis, yung slide? Hindi pa.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, according to Richard Saul Wurman, he is the author of the book Information Anxiety. Sabi doon, it is produced by the ever-widening gap between what we understand and what we think we should understand. It is the black hole between data and knowledge. And what happens when information doesn't tell us what we want to need to know? Or what we want or need to know. Tama na. Diba, if ever mag-type kayo ng something sa Google, it will give you hundreds of recommendations and some of them are not relevant to what you're looking for. Yan nakaka-stress. Now, these are the truths of the information age according to the book published by Wurman. Ito yung summary. Information must compete and newer information is equated with truer because not all information are true. Agree, disagree? Wala may mutubag. Maraming fake news ngayon. If you go to YouTube, they are giving you perpetual perpetual machines. May mga video about perpetual machines. Me as a physics major, hindi ako naniniwala doon because it's a hoax. Hoax means it's a scam. Walang such thing as perpetual machines. But if you type there, mamaya may time kayo, ilagay nyo doon, perpetual machine. Perpetual means, iikot siya tapos hindi natitigil kahit wala kang gagawin. Wala. Ang daming false dyan. Kahit sa mga mainstream media, if you go to GMA or ABS-CBN, they're not telling you the truth. Because they have their bosses up there who are censoring the information that they want you to know. Or else, masisante sila. Kaya nga, mas okay pa may state media kaysa mga negosyante ang may-ari sa media because they will equate their interest unto the information they are giving. Business kaya yan. Walang such thing as, anong tawag dyan? Yung reliable information nowadays due to information overload. And then, you must have also a selection of viewpoint. Dapat meron kang genre sa information na hinahanap mo, hindi scattered. And media sells what the culture buys. Ito. If the culture is interested on pornography, the media will always give you what you want. Have you observed during the late 90s? Puro bold ang mga palabas sa mga Tagalog movies. Mga patikim ng pinya. Ano ba yun? Yung matrikula, lahat halos yan na nasubaybayan ko. Kasi that is our time, mga late 90s. Puro mga bold. It's because that's what the culture wants. Ibibigay daw ng media sa'yo anong gusto ng kultura sa time na yan. Nung early, mga early 2000, anong gusto ng tao? Mga K-pop, mga Koreano nga mga bayot. Yun ang gustong panoorin ng tao. So yun ang palabas. Ang mga kaedad nyo naman, yung mga bata, adik na adik sa mga Koreans. Yet, you are admiring a culture who hate us to the bones. Alam nyo ba, ang tingin nila sa Pinoy, mga monkeys? Have you encountered a Korean in person? Snabero yan sila. They don't like to talk with Filipinos because for them, we are inferior. Mga taga-jungle daw tayo sa Pacific. Imagine na, yet kayo, sinasamba nyo yung mga buwang. Anyway, next about the truth of information age is that the early word gets the perm. What do you mean by this? Excuse me. The early word gets the perm. Anyone? They are using here high sounding word. What do you mean by perm? Balikan natin yan mamaya. Number 6. You are what you eat and so is your brain. So saan ka exposed, that will become your personality. So if you are interested in something, I will expect that it will become you yourself. For example, na-addict ka sa pornography, then magiging ikaw yan. Magiging buang ka na rin. Or crazy, mentally distorted na tao. It's because it's you, what you eat. Napansin ninyo yung mga YouTubers, ang daming subscriber ni, pangalan nito, Ivana Alawi. I-compare ninyo sa kay Christian Prince. You know how many subscribers does Christian Prince have? 300. Hindi pa abot ng 1,000. Yet, the content of his YouTube page or channel is very, very useful. Ang grabe, ang dami kong natutunan. Grabe ang effort binigay niya. I-compare mo doon sa 2 or 5 million subscribers ni Ivana Alawi, naglaba lang. Kaya nga, you are what you eat. And so is your brain. It's not literal na you eat. It means it's what you are interested in. Magiging ikaw yun. And the last is anything in great demand will be counterfeited. Meaning, pwedeng mapeke. Lahat ng in great demand, pwedeng mapeke. Like, for example, itong space technology ni Elon Musk. Tumataas ang demand ngayon, kaya nga naging billionaire na siya. Is now the world's richest man. Now, China, on the other hand, is now copying SpaceX modules. Meron na silang equal itsura or design nung SpaceX nila na rockets. Imagine na, ang bilis ng China nakakopya, ang hirap kaya nun. Meron pa, number 8. Ideas are seen as controversial. And then undead information walks ever on. Hindi namamatay ang information. I'll give you a story. There's a chismosa who died and then suddenly his soul went into hell. Grabing pagsisisi niya. Tapos may nakita siyang angel doon sa hell. Iyak siya ng iyak, nakiusap siya paano siya makalabas doon sa misery. Kasi eternal yung misery doon sa pagiging chismosa niya. So sabi nung angel, halika, akyat tayo sa bundok. Sabi niya, okay, madali lang pala. All we have to do is to go up there at the summit. Now, the angel instructed her to get a pillow and scatter what is inside sa pillow. Ano yung sa loob ng pillow? Yung parang feather. Doon sa summit ng bundok, i-scatter mo sa hangin ng hell yung laman ng pillow. Now, sabi nung soul, damned soul, sabi niya, "Oh, angel, I think makalabas na ako dito. Ginawa ko na yung inutos mo." Sabi ng anghel, ang last task mo is pulutin mo yung feathers isa-isa. Na-shock siya kasi it's impossible. The same also with the information na mag-spread. For example, may scandal ka, ma-copy-paste, ma-download yan ng sino-sino at ma-upload din nila. And there are millions of subscribers who are willing to download that controversial issue. Kaya hindi yan mawawala sa hangin. Nandun lang yan. Kaya nyo pulutin yung laman ng unan doon sa taas ng bundok mo itapon? Mahirap. Pipiliin mo na lang mapunta sa impyerno. Ganun din kahirap ang information bawiin pag na-leak mo na. Now, media presence creates story and the medium selects the message. Medium means ito yung mga companies. Namimili sila anong ipasok sa utak nyo. And then the whole truth is a pursuit. When we say it's a pursuit, you have to validate if either it is true or not. Make sure that your sources are relevant to what you're looking for. At the same time, sources must be in authority. It means they are credible individuals. Or else, nasa loob ka pa rin ng deception. Hoax. For example, religion. When we talk of religion, alam nyo ba, there are 36,000 sects of Christianity. Ganun yun kadami. Sa 36,000 na yan, isa lang ang totoo. And there are 5,000 religions around the world. At isa lang dyan ang totoo. Meaning, truth is a pursuit. Mahirap. Muslim ka, you have to verify either it's true or not. If you're a Catholic, you have also to verify either what you're following is true or not. And it's a pursuit. And it's a lifetime searching. It never ends. Kasi deception ang lahat ng nasa mundong ito. Imagine 5,000 religion, isa lang ang totoo. So ilang billion ang naloko. And yet they're willing to die for it. Isipin nyo na lang. Now, how about a computer? A computer is it's an electronic device that stores and processes information. Claro. Don't you know, your cell phone that you're using right now in our Google Meet is 1,000 times more powerful than the computer used sa Apollo missions. Yung nakarating sa moon, alam nyo ba, yung cellphone ninyo, mas makapangyarihan pa yan 1,000-fold compared to the Apollo computers. 1960s ba yun? 69 or 71? Nakarating tayo sa moon. And computer runs on a program that contains the exact step-by-step direction to solve a problem, which is good. Okay? Now, types of computer, you have PC or personal computer. I will not elaborate anymore kasi this is not a computer subject. But you know what PC means. Excuse me. You have also desktop computer, ito yung malalaki. Laptops, ito yung gamit ko ngayon sa class. We have also personal digital assistant or PDA. Actually, PDA is already obsolete. I have like this before. 5,000 peso yata isa nito. Wala nang gumagamit nito ngayon. You have also server. Okay, servers are computer that has been improved to provide network services to other computers. Yan yung servers, ang dami. Like, itong YouTube, kailangan nila ng sobrang laking storage. So, meron silang bodega na kasing laki ng pueblo just to save all the videos that is being uploaded and videos that is being downloaded by people. A day, there are about a billion uploads they receive. Paano nila yun i-save? So gumawa sila ng bodega malapit sa North Pole kasi nag-overheat yan, yung mga servers na yan pag mainit. Ito, matras. And we have also mainframes. These are supercomputers. Ang pinag-uusapan natin sa cellphone ninyo, gigabytes, right? Or terabytes. This one are using already petabytes. Or picobytes. Yan, sobrang taas na yan. They are called supercomputers. They can even predict weather, political landscape, kaya nilang i-predict, and even lottery result. Imagine mo yan ha, just give them about an hour, these supercomputers can predict what will happen tomorrow. Especially lottery, kaya nilang i-predict using probability mechanisms. Grabe. And China is even using this one. Sila ang may pinakamataas na mainframe sa mundo. China. Ang lakas ng memory meron yung sa kanila. I forgot the name of that supercomputer but it even calculated the virus. Ilan ang tatamaan by 2 years time, 5 years time, and how they will win the game para maging superpower. Nandun lahat. You have also wearable computers. Kakita na kayo ng smartwatch? Ang Google naman, they develop smart glass. Hindi ito nauso kasi nakakakos ito ng accident. But these are what we call wearable computers. And the internet, si Claude Shannon ang binansagang father of information theory. Okay? The internet is a worldwide system of interconnected networks that facilitate data transmission among innumerable computers. So, the internet is just there and it does not have any parang maker or creator. Ano lang, lahat mga content editor or content providers lang. Now, application of computer in science and research. Malapit na matapos. You have bioinformatics. This application of information technology is to store, organize, and analyze vast amount of biological data. Itong DNA testing, have you watched Tulfo? Yung may mga anak na nag-switch, Jessica Soho pala yun. Computers ang nag-analyze ng DNA noon. Hindi yun kaya ng mata-mata lang ng tao. And you have also here Swiss protein sequence database. It's used in chemistry. I've encountered this one since my area is more on chemistry. Meron kami nito. And rational drug discovery. You have also here plant biotechnology. And dito na. How to check the reliability of web sources. Or how to validate or verify the truth about what you are looking for sa internet. Number 1, you have to bear this one in mind. You have to know who is the author of the article. Okay? Dapat alamin ninyo kung in-check ang author, magduda kayo. Kasi hindi nyo kilala. Number 2, who published the site? Okay? Number 3, what is the main purpose of the site? Why did the author write it and why did the publisher post it? Baka clickbaits lang. You know what are clickbaits? They will give you a thumbnail na shocking so that i-open mo, pag pasok mo doon, nonsense ang laman. It's not relevant even to the thumbnail. And number 4, who is the intended audience? Kaya nga ang YouTube nagtatanong palagi every time I upload a video if it is made for kids or not. Because if it's so, then the chat box will be shut off. Walang makakomment doon kasi nga pumapasok yung mga pedophiles. You know who are the pedophiles? This is another form of gender sa gender sensitivity, yet napaka-harmful nila. That's why hindi sila matanggap-tanggap. Kasi kung gender man lang, okay tayo doon. Kahit anong gusto mo, basta wag lang mag-harm ng iba. So itong pedophiles pumapasok sa YouTube. Okay? And then, number 5, what is the quality of information provided on the website? Oh, is it relevant to what you need or not? You ask yourself. So that's how you check the reliability of web sources. So that's all for our lesson. It's already 11:31 in the morning. Time is up. So if you have any question, please feel free. Lagay ninyo doon sa chat natin and then sasagutin ko kasi time naman. So ilan ang present? 7? And next time, if it is okay to you, I will appoint Luis.
Yes, sir.
Ikaw ang gagawa nung Google Meet na link para ikaw na lang ang mag-a-accept sa iba na papasok. Kasi if ako nagayaw-yaw dire, then may papasok, masisira yung share screen or screen sharing.
Okay po, sir.
Kasi maka-cancel ko
Yes,
ulit
sir.
just to accept these people. Okay na? God bless you all.
Yes, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Word of wisdom from Sun Tzu. The greatest form or supreme excellence is beating the enemy without fighting. Again, supreme excellence is defeating or beating the enemy without fighting. Talunin mo siya pero walang war na nangyari. God bless you all.
Bye, sir.
That's all. Sige na.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.